Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here with a battle from Bobby on the ranked battle spot, and this is actually going to be a really interesting battle for the first part of it, because one thing I really like about Fan Fridays is we see so many situations that we would probably never ever see, just from how diverse and how massive Pokemon is. And I've been playing Pokemon competitively for 8 years, and I don't really know every single matchup, and sometimes I do get it wrong. So now we actually have this Noivern versus Mawile matchup. Some of you guys might have seen it. I am familiar with it. But, like, this is one of those interesting learning situations. Like, what happens if you just outspeed with the Noivern and Flamethrower Mawile? Well, actually, since I've done the math on this, you have to be modest specs, or else you're not going to knock out the Mawile. Now, I haven't done it on the Fire Blast, because I personally don't run Fire Blast. So that's all this matchup lives and dies on. Are you modest? Are you Fire Blast? If the Mawile doesn't have 252 in the hit points, sometimes you might see some, like, speed creep stuff in there. But if it's like 252 hit points and you're a choice specs modest Noivern using Flamethrower, you only have a 40% chance to KO. We can go and see this right here. That's not a lot of damage, so maybe Timid Life Orb on that, so you're losing out on a lot of damage that counts. And then Mawile hits you with a Play Rough and you die. And then there's a 10% chance that that fails. So, like, those are just the fun matchups. Like, I've been playing for Pokemon for so long, and sometimes I don't even know what's going to happen on Fan Fridays. Now Pinsir comes in, and Pinsir could, like, Mega into Earthquake or something like that. So that doesn't really matter too much. And then we're going to start progressing with this Pokemon battle. And now I don't know what's going to happen. I was really only focused about how that matchup works. So there's Pinsir going to outspeed on that Earthquake. Mawile didn't try to Sucker Punch for some reason. I don't know. Mega Pinsir does get some defensive stats on that Megas. And it's already a pseudo tanky-ish Pokemon without it. And that's going to be a Swagger from the Klefki, so we're going to see how this ends up going. It could go really well, or really bad. Because then Pinsir, like, dunks itself in the face, or it's going to outspeed, use the Earthquake, and then just absolutely obliterate the Klefki. So that's the drawback to Swagger right there. It makes your opponent stronger, so if they don't hit themselves in confusion, you're going to die. And that's that right there. So now we have a +2 Pinsir, and all it has to do is, like, Quick Attack. Oh, wow. I was about to say, like, it just Quick Attack aerialates that, and it's gone. Or we see the return. Oh, Pinsir even gets that second turn Snap Out into the Thrash. That's way too much overkill. That's filthy, Pinsir. You don't want to do that much damage to the opponent. And it looks like the battle is over just like that. And Bobby has another battle for us, but this one's just been wrecking my mind because I was looking and I was like, alright, this is pretty cool, because now we see an opposite of what happened. Klefki gets lucky and gets hacks and then wins out against the Kangaskhan potentially, which could be really awesome. However, with the way that this one plays out, Klefki should have way more hit points. At level 50, 0 hit point EVs is a 132 with 31 IVs, but this Klefki has 129. So this is really going to change the whole dynamic of this, because Kangaskhan versus Klefki just wins, depending on how much of a 50-50 you get. Because if you eat the Fake Out and you have defensive investment and whatnot, and a little bit of, if you have like full hit points, Bold Nature, you're going to be able to survive this without taking too much damage. Fake Out into a +2 return, or even a Double Edge, depending on how defensive you are, will not knock out the Klefki. So all you have to do is have Kangaskhan hit itself in confusion once, and the odds are pretty good on that one. So here's what happens. Swagger, you're using that, it's boosting its attack, and after the Fake Out, now it has a chance to hit you. If it hit right now against an average Klefki, it wouldn't be able to knock you out. Like, you would survive with low hit points, then you can throw out the Thunder Wave, and then there's like a 66% chance that they don't attack, and then you go and win with a foul play. That's how this matchup breaks down. Now, there's a lot of luck involved in this specific matchup. That's because the Klefki doesn't even have 31 IVs in the hit points. So, and weird EV investments. That's what makes this one really interesting. Not really trying to hate on Bobby or anything, but yeah, this Klefki is not competitive and still destroying Kangaskhan, which is pretty nice. So there's going to be that. Leftovers healing it up pretty well. And now we're going to go into the Aegislash. Aegislash is another interesting one. If it's physical, it could dunk itself. If it's special, it's actually still going to dunk itself. Like Aegislash, all it has to do is hit itself in confusion, and it's good to go. But, ooh, things are about to get really fancy right now. He's got the Substitute. So sub Aegislash, that's already confused. But I mean, if you throw out the foul play, that's going to hurt as well. And I mean, when Aegislash goes for an offensive move, it goes into Blade form. And it can't one-shot Klefki. It doesn't have any super effective hits. A lot of it just isn't powerful enough unless it's going for something else. But Klefki's got a double team. Alright, so we got a Swagger double team Klefki. That's absolutely ferocious and nasty. And if the opponent is going for the Sacred Sword, that'd be something. But he's sub-toxic Aegislash against a Steel type. I don't even know what the opponent is going for now. This is absolutely all kinds of weird. So that's going to be the stance change. Go into blade form, go back behind the sub, and is it going to hit itself in confusion? Yes, it will. And that's why it hurts itself so much. I mean, all it has to do is hit itself twice in confusion, and it's knocked out. That's going to be the foul play. So we're playing the evasion game into the foul play just to be safe. And it looks like Klefki is going to get a pretty interesting little sweep right here. So that's going to be the sub, like, I don't understand, like, the sub-toxic Aegislash has, like, super low usage, and that was one of the really, like, to Smogon, that was one of the scariest things ever for some reason. And as you can see, Klefki can deal with it pretty easily. So now you just spam the foul play, and then you win. So instead of Thunderwave, Klefki has the double team. And to a degree, I think it's about as optimal, because it's like a 25% chance of the opponent missing, but it can stack. So using like Swag into double team gives your opponent the same odds as Swagger into the Thunder Wave. So if you're going for full hacks and you're not looking to outspeed or anything, this Klefki can actually put in some work, and that's actually really awesome. So that's going to be King Shield. Foul play doesn't really care about that too much. It does make contact. It is going to lower the attack, but the opponent has boosted attack, and then it's going to factor off of their attack to use that foul play, not Klefki's. And the opponent going to stance change, so he's looking like he's just going to go for a straight up Shadow Ball. Alright, so he's going to be faster, has the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball not going to be enough right there. Special defense is going to drop. Klefki has the foul play though, and that will be enough to knock out the Aegislash. So that's what I mean, like, Klefki, it doesn't get one shot by many things if it's not super effective. So, endures the Aegislash. Aegislash hits itself in confusion, takes a lot of damage. Tried to sub-stall it out. And then Greninja's the same thing. Greninja doesn't have super effective options, so you just swagger it at full health. Yeah, this is just kind of giving you a sampling of how Klefki deals with all of like the really common Pokemon. According to Smogon, these guys are scary. According to Klefki, not so much. And you know what's really funny? I've seen so many people throw a low kick onto the Klefki, and it doesn't matter. Because like Klefki weighs so little, and it's a neutral hit. It just doesn't do anything. So the opponent's going to forfeit right there. Doesn't want to deal with all those shenanigans, but it's still an interesting little battle right there. I know a lot of you guys don't like the hacks, but I think it's cool. Klefki got the right matchups, made it work, and even without having proper EVs and IVs, it still happened to make it work. Mostly because of hacks, but it was still a pretty cool battle. So guys, enjoyed the battles that we saw today. If you want a legit one, it's in the beginning. If you want Klefki, a lot of swagger. A lot of really good stuff for the middle of Fan Fridays. So if you guys enjoyed this one, I hope to see you guys in the next one as well.